In this video, I want to give you 5 simple ways that you can take your Facebook ads and scale them effectively no matter what campaigns you're running, whether you want sales, leads, or more booked calls. This video is going to give you 5 very tactical, very simple ways to scale your Facebook ads, all backed off of things that have worked very well for us. So let's get right into it. Nothing really too much there in the intro that I want to explain. This is pretty straightforward. The first way is simply by increasing your budget by around 10 to 20% every day as long as the results are holding consistent. And this has been something that's been working for us very, very well. However, I want to take it a step further, and you can actually do this in a little bit more of an exponential fashion. So, for example, if I was inside of this ad account here and I was looking over the past week and I noticed that inside of this campaign, that this one right here is doing exactly what I wanted to do. It's gotten 9 sales, 36 bucks a purchase. That is profitable for us. That's awesome. I want to see this thing scaling up. Yesterday I did bump the budget and it continued to do well. And today it looks like it's a little bit up there, which can happen, but I still want this thing to get more spend because over the long run, it's consistently been doing solid, even considering today's kind of performance, which is normal. That can happen sometimes, but I still want to scale this thing. And sometimes if you're noticing that the current day as well is also going really great and it's getting the results that you want, you can actually be a little bit more aggressive with it. So what we've actually done is if we filter by last 3 days and last 7 days in the current day, and if everything is looking good and trending in the positive direction, I'll actually double, if not sometimes triple the budget. This is a super easy way to scale your campaigns effectively. A lot of people actually recommend against it, but I've seen it crushing in a lot of really good accounts. Like this one, for example, we're spending so far about like 2,300 bucks today. We'll probably end off around $4,000 or so. And this is the exact same thing that we're doing with these campaigns or with these ad sets that are doing really, really well and getting good results. We'll take it, we'll scale the spend up. This one started at, if we just look at the history on these, just today we scaled them from 150 to 225, or from 150 to 250, and then 150 to 225, just a little bit lower. So we went from 150 to 225. Yesterday, you can see this is when that ad was made, and we launched it at a lot higher of a budget. And that goes right into the second point. When it comes to scaling your Facebook ads, if you have an offer and if you have a landing page that's working, just start it at a higher budget. It's going to start spending more. It's going to work a little bit quicker. You're going to get those results faster. You obviously want to keep a close eye on it and make sure that it doesn't get out of control. But it's so easy if you just launch everything at a higher budget. You can scale it quicker and you'll get results faster. So that's 2 very easy ways so far that you can scale your ad performance. From here, I want to give you a really simple one, and that is if you are inside of your ad account and everything is working and you find some winners. So if I go in here and I find a few things that are doing well, I'm just going to cherry pick kind of our top winners. So I'd say these 2 are good, this one's great, and this one's not too bad either. Very easy way you can scale these is simply by duplicating them, putting them to a new campaign, and I actually call this horizontal scaling. It's taking a winning ad set, and instead of just jacking the budget up where it currently resides, I'll actually move it over to a new campaign and scale it by changing a few minor things and keeping the budget about the same on them, if not maybe lowering it a bit. So I'll name this one horizontal. I'm going to put in here. I think this is actually maybe the 3rd one that we've done in this account. So we'll duplicate it, and Facebook gave me that error, which has been happening for me. Let's just get this up. Great, so once it's duplicated to horizontally scale these things, we'll select all the ads. I'm going to start them off at a little bit of a higher budget, 150 bucks a day. Once again, you can start these a lot lower, but then I'll change something very, very small inside of these ads just to reset their initial conditions. So it can be as easy as changing the gender and maybe doing a certain age range only. We could do another change where we keep everything else the same, but maybe we'll add in some different locations. So we'll do like Canada, Australia, United Kingdom. That's another simple change. Another thing we could do is actually going into the ad creative itself and just changing something like the headline or the first sentence or 2 of the ad copy, so the lead-in. This time I'm going to keep genders to all, and I'll actually just bump up the age. And then let's do one more change where we actually add in some different interests in here. So I'm just going to pick a few that I know have worked well for us in the past. And that's it. That's all it is when it comes to horizontal scaling, is just changing a few very minor things, resetting those initial conditions at a higher budget. You'll likely find some very easy, quick wins from there, and you can scale your campaigns further. The next one that I want to show you is bid caps. A lot of people don't totally understand how to leverage and how to use bid caps, but I want to show you a very simple way to do it. And it's a great way to actually protect your ad performance as well and make sure that things are performing consistently for you. So you can see here, I've got a bid cap campaign. Overall, it spent about $2,000, 46 purchases at 52 a sale. Not too bad. It probably could do a little bit better, but it's remaining pretty consistent, and it's about it is profitable for us. For every sale here, we make around $96 to $100, so we're profitable on this one. An easy way to set these up is you got to take your winning campaigns or your winning ad sets, duplicate them into a brand new campaign. I like to set these up as a campaign budget optimization, so CBO. It threw me off with the naming here because they changed it. So a CBO campaign budget, and I will make it very, very high. I'll usually start around $5,000 to $10,000 of a daily budget, but the trick here is to make sure that you're optimizing for a cost per result goal, and you put that in exactly where you want your cost per result to be. If anything, maybe even a bit lower. I'm comfortable paying about $50, $51 per, so I dropped this to about $10 lower than that, and I went ahead and published it. And as you can see, it's clearly not spending $90,000 a day, but what this does is it tells Facebook, hey, I'm willing to spend this much if you can get me purchases for this amount. And Facebook ends up basically meeting you in the middle and giving your ad impressions. The frequency on this is one of the lowest that I've seen, and it tends to give you a little bit better CPMs in some cases, but overall it's a very simple, very consistent. I think of it as like a workhorse ad. It just does what you tell it to do. It's very simple, it's very consistent, and it scales. The last one I want to show you is scaling with a CBO again, and kind of doing what we did earlier by horizontally testing a few things. But I'm going to do this a little bit differently. So what I'll do is I'll snag a few winners that have been doing well this week so far. So I'll grab like those, this one, and I usually try to find 4. If I can't, that's fine. But what we'll do is we'll duplicate them again, and this time it's also going to be a horizontal campaign, but it's going to be a CBO. And let me put 2025 in there, and hopefully this duplicates right. Perfect. And then this time I actually won't change anything. All I'm going to do is flip on the Advantage campaign budget, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this budget fairly high, and just make sure it's driving for highest volume or highest sale, and publish it. Super simple way to scale. All these ways are very easy ways to scale your ad campaigns. They don't have to be complicated. They don't have to be anything too crazy, and you don't necessarily have to create anything. However, before I end this video off, I want to make it clear that one of the easiest ways and one of the best ways to scale your ad campaigns is just by making and testing more creative. More copy, more headlines, more image, more ads, or more video ads, etc. Always testing new creative is the best and the easiest way to scale your campaign. So don't forget about that even while you're doing some of this media buying stuff, to focus on what you're marketing to people. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. See the links in the description if you want more support and more direct guidance on your ads, and I'll see you in the next one.